Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I just made these really cute overalls, or as the pattern calls them, oh no, actually it calls them overalls. Never mind. They're overalls, jumpers, kind of like a romper sort of, if that's what you want to call it. I absolutely love them. They're so cute. They have a little pocket here. They have a little pocket here. And yeah, they're just absolutely adorable. I just used this fabric here that I had gotten from a garage sale probably about a year ago. It's kind of like this heavyweight upholstery denim-y type material, but I don't think it's denim. It's really perfect for this, and because of the color it kind of gives the illusion of denim. And like, isn't that just the cutest with the little flowers? Needless to say, I am obsessed. Absolutely love them. They're very, very cute, and I want to make a whole bunch of these. I want to make just the pants on their own. I want to make the top with the pants, but I want to cut them off to be like shorts. I just want to make a whole bunch of variations of this because it's adorable and I love it, and it was pretty easy to make. I did it in a day. Didn't have to work yesterday, so like that obviously helped. I had a day off, but yeah, I'm so happy. Anyway, enough of the rambling. You are here for this. I am going to be making some Sesame Street pants. Now originally I was thinking that I wanted to do the top and the bottom and do little cutoff shorts so that it would be kind of like a romper or short jumpers or short overalls. I don't really know what to call these. Pattern calls them overalls, but I think this is more of like a jumper nowadays. Back then in the 1940s I guess they would have been overalls, but I think now it's more of like a jumper. Anyway, as I said, enough of the rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these into some cute pants. This fabric is so cute. We have Elmo, Big Bird, Cookie Monster, and Grover. Not Super Grover, just Grover, which is kind of sad, but still very cute. I love the stripes. Very nice colors going on. And as someone who is a little bit vertically challenged, I think the stripes are definitely going to help make my legs look longer, especially because these pants are so high-waisted. Now this is a one-way fabric, which is going to cause some problems because I only have a limited amount of fabric. So I'm definitely going to have to work around that, and I also have another issue. It is very, very important to me to match up the seams correctly, because otherwise I might have this little situation going on in well, I'll just show you a reference picture in this area, and we don't want our little friends saying hello from that area because it would look weird, and I'm going to end up on like the people of Walmart or something. So now, pun totally intended, this is a sewing video, it's time to clip the corners of this fitted sheet and remove all of the elastics so that we can lay this down nice and flat. Here I have the fabric all spread out, and here I have the fabric all spread out with the pattern pieces on top. Now this pattern does call for cuffs on the pant legs, and as you can see I have cuffs on the pants that I am wearing in this video, but I didn't want to do this with the Sesame Street pants, so I used the very sciencey method of just laying next to the patterns and folding up the leg a bit. I also took a couple measurements just to figure out how much fabric I did not end up needing to cut. Number one, I did not want cuffs on these pants because I wanted them to be a little more airy, light, and summery, and number two, I didn't have a lot of this fabric to work with because of it being vintage. Right behind me I have the cutout pant legs. So cute. I'll give you a close-up. These are the back. It kind of looks like Big Bird is like the focal point. I think it's also because he's bigger, so like Elmo's kind of the focal point too. He's like in the middle of each pant leg, but it just doesn't seem that way because he's so tiny. And then over here we kind of have the same thing going on where like Elmo and Big Bird are kind of in the center there. We have a little Grover here. No Cookie Monster on the front, which is sad, but we do have Cookie Monster hiding in the back slash side of the pant legs. I am a little worried that Cookie Monster right there is a little close to the areas where I don't want him, but like it's not that bad. Yeah, and I don't think there's any issues on the front. Anyway, I think I was able to get pretty good placement, and then yeah, I had this brilliant idea to try and match up the stripes as much as I could. The material's not mirror image, but you can kind of see it's like yellow, blue, and then yellow, blue, yellow, blue. So yeah, I tried. I really did. And I actually have a lot of material left over, enough that I probably could have made the jumper set, but I really didn't want to. So now it's just kind of deciding, do I want the waistband to go this way with the stripes up and down like they are on the pants, or do I want the striped waistband going this way? And if I use the blue and the red, I could make sure that there are no characters at all in the waistband, or I could just have like a bunch of Grover in the waistband or a bunch of Cookie Monster in the waistband, which might be nice for Cookie Monster since he's not on the front, and that would give him a little redeeming, I don't know. I probably will go with the stripe going left to right on the waistband instead of up and down, just because right there is the only area where I actually have like enough to do a waistband going in the other direction anyway. So now I just have to decide, you know, which character or no characters I want in the waistband. My mom's home. I just heard the garage. So that means she gets to decide for me. Let's go ask her. We both decided to go with the waistband going this way. I'm not sure if I've shown anyone this trick before. I think I probably have in a video. But when you're marking darts, go ahead and stick a pin in to the little area where you want to mark. That way we know exactly where to mark your dart. And if it doesn't bleed through to the other side, just mark there as well. Once I sew in the dart, I just make a knot with the little tail, but if anybody has a better idea on how to do this, please let me know. How to iron a dart. Number 1, you need an iron. Number 2, you need the fabric with the dart. Number 3, you need yourself. And then you're going to take your fabric, you're going to take your iron, and you're going to iron the dart towards the outside of your pants. So you're gonna iron towards your hip seams and not in towards the crotch seams. And then you will have a perfectly ironed dart, which due to bad camera angle isn't even pictured here, but I hope you get the point. Now, sewing a pair of pants is pretty easy. One of my very first YouTube videos was actually showing you how to sew your own pair of pants without a pattern. So I'm not going to show you any more steps on how I made these pants, but basically I tried them on. I did a fit test, I did a squat test, they fit great. Since I do have enough of this fabric to make some kind of bodice, I decided to try and make a wrap bodice. I've never done that before. It's basically just a bunch of shapes and stringy bits. It kind of bags open here due to the shape of the material instead of like bikini top patterns where they're kind of cinched at the bottom and then you do the little tie here. But to kind of help combat this gappiness, I'm going to grab it here and here, and I'm going to do like a little knot or a little tie or something, which is also going to give it like this retro vintage bikini look. The tie on top is just a tie. As you can see, like I said, it's completely connected. This is a triangle shape, so I might just kind of, you know, V out that triangle just a little bit to add a little more coverage. And then this, I probably don't have to make these ties as long, but if I have enough, I will, because fashion. So yeah, that's how that works. So as you can see, each part just kind of wraps over the other. I like this. I just think it needs a little bit of tweaking. It's different than anything I've ever done. Here you can kind of see the shapes. This is actually the back of the bodice, and then this is the front and the front. So because it closes in the front and not the back. The back is just a rectangle, and then the front are these triangles just to make it a little more modest and add some more coverage. You can kind of see how this has that angle. I'm just gonna bring it out to about here and just add in a little more fabric on each side. Also, for modesty's sake, I will be adding in padding, just the kind of padding that you would have in a swimsuit. And it just so happens that my childhood best friend was here recently, visiting none other than me. And we went to a natural spring that's nearby my parents' house, and we happened to go swimming. And she left these babies, a pair of them, mind you. And of course, I asked her if she wanted them back, if she had meant to leave them behind. Texted her, as you can see here. And she said they are all mine, 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 and I can keep them and sew away to my little heart's content. So we'll be adding these in to the bodice. Now, I do think that if I cared a little bit more about this bodice, I would probably seam rip my, my mock-up. Couldn't think of the word. My mock-up up, and I would, you know, make another mock-up and all of that, but I really don't care that much. I just wanted to have enough fabric for the pants, really, and I did, which was a surprise in itself. So like, this bodice was really never something I had planned on anyway. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the rest of this Sesame Street fabric, and if it ends up working, it works. If it doesn't, maybe it'll fit my little sister, and if it doesn't, oh well, I tried something fun and new, and it wasn't even something I was going to try anyway. This is what I've come up with. I don't know if it's going to work. I kind of messed up, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the straps. I either need to line them with the white material or just have really skinny straps that are folded in half and sew in right sides together. That way there aren't any raw edges. For the top, I am going to line the top ties with this material. That way when it's tied, you see Sesame Street on both sides. And I have the back and I have both of the front pieces right here so that it will be lined. And then I will have something to put the padding in each of these. So yeah, we'll see if it works. I don't really know what I'm doing. Basically, I made the outer layer and then I have my lining layer here, and I'm just going to sew right sides together. But because of these corners right here, I'm just going to sew this and then flip it. And then what I'll do is probably like top stitch this, top stitch the bottom, and attach the strap. Here we have the top, and it has the cute little ties. And I'm glad I did what I did so that when it's tied, you don't see a bunch of white. For the top, I'm definitely going to have to iron and then probably top stitch, probably not understitch, I'm thinking top stitch, just kind of hold that in place. It is covering a little more, not as much as I would have liked, but that's what I get for not doing another mock-up. Yeah, it's cute. I can see it coming together. There's like a little big bird here, and depending, what I can do is I can flip-flop it, and I can go like this too if I want Grover to kind of be more of like on the bodice. This is kind of weird having like a random hand sticking out. I did an off-centered bow. Just, you know, it's versatile. Might be able to like pull it down if you made it long enough and like tie it this way. But for the most part, I think the top has to be halter just because of how I personally made mine. Dun da da! And here is the grand reveal. I absolutely love how the pants came out. They came out pretty much exactly how I wanted them to. And even though I wasn't even planning on making a top, I love how it came out. Definitely reminds me of a vintage bikini top. And I do remember promising to show you more of the ice cream shoes at the end of my ice cream shoe video. And I did not show you that in my last video, so I'm showing you now. Here's some fancy footwork. The shoes kind of clash with the outfit, but overall they're both cute on their own. I absolutely love these shoes. They did not come out as well as I was hoping, but for the first try, I think they came out really well. Now they are a bit too big for me, so you can see my foot kind of popping out right there, so they aren't very easy to walk in. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the streets.